First of all, we want to welcome Senator Vitale, Mayor McCormick, and Speaker of the House, Kay Coughlin should be here a little bit later. He's running a little bit late, doing Speaker of the House stuff. Just to put everything in perspective, Woodbridge is a great community for its veterans to be in. The mayor, the senator, the speaker, they're all dedicated to veterans. Almost anywhere you go in Woodbridge, you'll see something honoring veterans. You'll see it on the right on Town Hall. You'll see it across the street on the river, on the railroad crossing. This group of gentlemen really do appreciate our veterans, and actually this time, well, not last year, but the year before, we were on our way to New York City for Fleet Week. Anybody interested, you can still go to Fleet Week virtual. You don't get to go up the gangway. This year it's virtual. Next year, fingers crossed, it'll be back. I want to bring up Gary White. He's the, actually I want to introduce a few of the people here. The young Marines they'll be posting colors in a little bit. There's so many people here that helped build this organization. You'll see just how sharp they are. You have Executive Officer Eric Ransom, Adjutant MJ Kress, fundraising leader Beth Engroff, Erica Sanchez. So a special thanks to them for helping me with the Young Marine. I'd like to bring up Gary White here so he can say a few words about the meaning of Memorial Day. I know sometimes we get Memorial Day, Veterans Day mixed up. Well, we don't. But Gary, if you would.
Thank you, John. Good morning, everyone. You know, we listen to the news media and friends, family, and they all talk about Memorial Day being the beginning of summer. Well, that's true. However, that's not the true meaning behind what Memorial Day is all about. Memorial Day is for the commemoration of those who have fallen in battle, for those loved ones that we have lost over the years, loved ones, family, but more important, it's all about the fallen in battle. Memorial Day, the American people unite to pay tribute to the brave men and women who have given their lives in the service of our country. We pause to reflect upon the courage and sacrifice of those who responded when the nation called, who left home and family to take up arms on a distant shore to ensure the prosperity and the blessings of peace and freedom. We render our thanks and express our gratitude for having not forgotten what they did or the price that they paid. For the heroism and sacrifice to the American fighting men and women, past, present, and future, we are indeed humbled and owe a great debt. God bless our fallen heroes, God bless our military, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Young Marines, post colors. Gary White will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our national anthem.
Those of you who are covered, you have the option of saluting. If not, right hand over the heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color Guard, dismissed. Just to give you an idea of these young Marines, they're the newest unit in the nation. We started 2 years ago. We have another recruit training coming up shortly, which would bring our number very close to 50 young Marines. And this year we had the honor of, through hard work of all those folks I had mentioned earlier and these young Marines, we made Unit of the Year. So give the young Marines a round of applause for that. That's from all 50 states in the nation. The North Jersey Young Marines were Unit of the Year. I do want to mention the fact that Crystal has brought the proclamations up here for a Senator. And for that, I would like to call Senator Vitale, Executive Officer Eric Ransom to the podium.
How are you? Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming out, and for those who are viewing at home. This is an annual event that the Speaker and I and someone Yvonne put together to honor our veterans. You know, Fleet Week was, and we're going to do this again next year. We're going to actually, God willing, be able to go over to New York to Fleet Week and do another tour of the ships when they come into port. It's a great experience to be able to put 2 full bus loads of men and women who served our country, who are members of the Legion or the VFW or other Marine organizations, to come over to meet with those young people. You know, it's funny that I've gone several times, and to observe the old veterans interacting with the young kids on those ships, and I'm sure they see themselves in their eyes when they were that age, and they share experiences, they share their own stories, and it's a great time when we're able to bring those veterans over to New York, and hopefully next year we'll be back to doing that again. But today we also, as a tradition, recognize and honor those who have served our country, and today is no different. Eric joined the Marines and went to boot camp in 1979. He was stationed and bravely served in the Philippines, stationed at sea at Camp, and was at Camp Lejeune and Beirut. After 4 years of active duty, the corporal continued for 2 more years of duty to complete a 6-year commitment to the United States Marine Corps. Corporal Ransom's last U.S. Marine Corps duty assignment in Major Command was Company F, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marine Division of Fleet Marine Force at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and he was a rifleman. In the Marine Corps, the corporal received the following decorations and medals and badges: Sea Service Deployment Ribbon with Star, Navy Unit Commendation, Marine Corps Expeditionary Medal, Meritorious Mast, Pistol Marksmanship Badge, and most of all, the Good Conduct Medal. The corporal completed his military service and education training of basic security and law enforcement and multimedia standard first aid. In 1992, Eric Ransom joined the Army Reserve and entered the Drill Sergeant Academy. In 2004, First Sergeant Drill Instructor Eric Ransom was deployed to Indiana and sent to Iraq from October 2004 to September 2005. During his service in Iraq, First Sergeant Drill Instructor Eric Ransom was awarded a Bronze Star during a military operation. Promoted to Master Sergeant, Eric Ransom served 2 years in Pennsauken, New Jersey. He was transferred to the 75th Division Training Unit at Fort Dix until his retirement in February 2001. Detective Eric Ransom proudly serves and has served on the Woodbridge Police for 22 years. He presently serves as a detective in the Juvenile Unit. He previously served on the Nutley Police Force for 4 years. For over 10 years, Detective Eric Ransom positively inspire the youth of Woodbridge Township as a drill instructor for the Junior Police Academy, a 2-week summer program. Furthermore, as Executive Officer of the Young Marines, Detective Ransom instills into those young Marines the Marine Corps values of honor, courage, and commitment. We are honored to recognize Eric Ransom's contribution to his country and to his community. His leadership roles continue to positively impact America's futures by nurturing and developing our youth and our young adults to become responsible citizens and tomorrow's leaders. This is, again, the day that we honor those who continue to serve our country in so many different ways. Eric, thank you very much for your service to our country.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you very much.
Make sure we have your resolution. And on behalf of the State of New Jersey, Senate President and the Speaker, we present this resolution to you, acknowledging all the things I said earlier, but in print and in format of a resolution. Thank you, Eric.
Good morning to everybody that's present that took the time to show up. Thank you for coming. Young Marines, registered adults, thank you for being here. Senator, Mayor, sirs, it is a pleasure to be here. I appreciate receiving this proclamation. This is not what we do it for. The unfortunate thing is, when we do stuff like this, you can see all the empty chairs. However, when you got baseball, football, hockey, soccer, the place is filled up. When we run a little program for youths, we should get the same turnout because our program that we run teaches teamwork, leadership, and discipline. And one of the things that I believe that we're failing in the United States today is teaching our young people respect. Once we start losing respect is when they start going in different directions. Teaching them respect. When we teach them respect for others, we can teach them history. And we can teach the history in the right way. Everything wasn't perfect, but look where we are today in our country. And that we got that way by everybody pulling together and making our country one of the best countries in the world. I'm not going to ever say we are the best, because there's always somebody better. But we are one of the best countries in the world. And we became one of the best countries in the world because we all work together to get where we are. We've had our lumps, bumps. We had a few fall downs, but that didn't stop us from moving forward and becoming one of the best countries in the world. I intend to keep pushing to my best ability from what I learned to pass on to our young people, to give them the best opportunities and give them the things that they need, the knowledge that I received from older soldiers, airmen, sailors, and Marines to help me move forward in life. I intend to pass on the same. Thank everyone for being here. Thank Young Marines for taking the time for the Color Guard and our registered adults. And I hope this Memorial Day that people understand that it's not about the party. It is not about the party. Take time to learn history. Thank you.
Warren Horn enlisted in the United States Navy in November 1948. Sailor Horn was sent to Recruit Training Command at Great Lakes, Illinois for boot camp. He trained to be a cook in high school, then enrolled at the Bayonne Naval Base for Navy cook training. His rank was second class commissary man. Navy cook Warren Horn served in Norfolk and then off to Washington State and Alameda, California. Warren sailed around the world as part of the United States gunboat diplomacy on small aircraft carriers transporting troops, airplanes, and supplies during the Korean War. His assignments took him to numerous ports, including Pearl Harbor, Yokohama, and Sasebo, Japan. Navy cook Warren Horn served on the USS Sitkow, Bay 86, USS President Jackson, troop ship, and heavy cruiser USS Albany. Navy cook Warren Horn served during the Korean War, a conflict between the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea and South Korea, which at least 2.5 persons lost their lives. The war reached international proportions in June of 1950, when North Korea, supplied and advised by the Soviet Union, invaded the South. The United Nations, with the United States as its principal participant, joined the war on the side of the South Koreans, and the People's Republic of China came to North Korea's aid. During this time, Warren traveled on Navy ships transporting needed supplies, aircraft, and troops. After more than 1 million combat casualties had been suffered on both sides, the fighting finally ended in July 1953, with Korea still divided into two hostile states. Negotiations in 1954 produced no further agreement, and the front line has been accepted ever since as a de facto boundary between the North and the South. Navy cook Warren Horn received the following medals: the Good Conduct Medal, the Korean Medal, National Defense Service Medal. Navy cook Warren Horn received honorable discharge to the United States Navy after 6 years of active duty on April 29, 1954. Warren joined the Carteret American Legion in 1965. He served as a color guard member for 30 years until he was 80 years old. Warren Horn served on the firing squad and marched in parades and cooked for Legion activities. Today, Warren still serves as a Sergeant at Arms. Warren continues to nobly serve his country and his community with enthusiasm and patriotism, whether in service to our country or here in our community. Warren, congratulations and thank you for your service. Appreciate it very much. I'm proud to present a joint resolution from the Senate and the Assembly honoring you for your service and recognizing your patriotism and your service to our community. Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, sir.
You sure for yours?
No.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. And we have more resolution to hand out, and the speaker is here and the mayor. I just want to first thank again all the organizations who participate today in this event. And as our previous speakers have said, Memorial Day is a day to acknowledge and recognize the sacrifices that our servicemen and women made for our country. And while it is that we'll be giving thanks for the food that we eat and the beverages that we drink over the weekend, we have to really pause and give thanks to those who gave their lives in defense of our country and service to our great country. So with that, John Eberhard, back up.
Thank you, Senator. You did forget to request permission to come aboard and request permission to go ashore, but we'll pass on that. And I'd like to introduce our Assembly Speaker, Craig Coughlin. And we have Marine Corps Lance Corporal Michael Starega. If you'd come up, please.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody? First, let me apologize for being late. I can assure you that the New Jersey state government doesn't operate with the military precision of this group. And if we had been in charge of it, we'd still be waiting to invade D-Day because we had to get a few more phone calls in. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you all for letting me be here. Congratulations to all the other recipients, to Master Sergeant Ransom, to Mr. Horn, and soon past Commander Bernhardt. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your work. And it is my privilege now to tell you a little bit about Lance Corporal Michael Starega. Thank you very much for being here, Lance Corporal. Michael Allen Starega joined the Marine Corps for 4 years on July 31st, 1960. He was sent to Parris Island, South Carolina for boot camp. After boot camp, Michael was stationed at Marine Corps Air Station Beauport, South Carolina. In 1962, Michael Storega attended 8 weeks of training in the Marine Air Reserve Command, NAS, Glenview, Illinois, for aircraft jet engine mechanic and aircraft mechanic air transportation. Lance Corporal Storega operated as an aircraft machinist on U.S. aircrafts in Florida and Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis. In October of 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis began when the United States U-2 spy plane photographed a Soviet Union medium-range ballistic missile being assembled for installation in Cuba. Lance Corporal Storega found himself in the middle of an international intrigue. U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy said photographs from the U.S. spy plane indicated that missiles were being directed at certain American cities. The estimate was that within a few minutes of their being fired, 80 million Americans would be dead. The disaster was avoided when President John F. Kennedy and Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev negotiated a deal to remove the Cuban missiles. Lance Corporal Storega received the following decorations, medals, and badges: the Armed Force Expeditionary Medal, the Marine Corps Expeditionary Medal, the Good Conduct Medal, that's good to hear, and Rifle Marksman Badge. Additionally, he was recommended for re-enlistment. Lance Corporal Michael Storega received an honorable discharge on July 30th in 1965. Lance Corporal, it is my privilege to be here today to present you with this resolution on behalf of the entire New Jersey legislature. That's actually why we're late. We're just working out the last details of the language, saying what a great guy you are and how lucky we are in the state of New Jersey to have you and call our own. And thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Congratulations. God bless. And to everybody who's here, thank you very much. I look forward to next year. We're putting you on a bus and we're sending you to New York, just like we usually do. Crystal, thanks for putting this together. And of course, huh? I'm sorry, you gave me a mic. And let me commend my colleague, Senator Vitale, who does this every year because this matters so much, and he truly understands that. So nice to see everybody. Thank you. You can say anything you want.
Whoa, what's that? Just please bear with me. It's a short list, really. I'd like to say good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for this proclamation. I am very honored to receive it. I would also like to thank Mr. Jack McGreevy and his family for all the help they have given me. Also Mr. George and Gloria Lizitsky for their help. Years ago, I met two people at the CVS pharmacy who took time to listen to the problems I was having with the VA. They helped me so much. I want to thank them. Mr. and Mrs. George Little for their help. I want to thank all the men and women who wear or wore a uniform and all the first liners for their service. I am very honored to salute you all. I hope everybody has a safe Memorial Day. And here goes. Semper Fi and hoorah! Thank you.
Folks, I'd now like to call up Mayor McCormick, and if I would, Past Commander Gene Bernhardt. I don't know if you noticed, we have a lot of Navy, a lot of Marine, Army here today. Gene was a shipmate of mine on board the USS Sierra, so request permission to come aboard.
Good morning. Before starting, I just want to thank all the people behind me. There are 40 legislative districts in the state of New Jersey. None of them work as hard for veterans as the 19th district, led by, I think, the leading veteran advocate in the state of New Jersey, Senator Joe Vitale. Anytime we have anything coming into our office to do with veterans, we know a simple referral over to Joe and Craig and Yvonne and their staffs will get things done. Joe is so committed to the cause of veterans in Woodbridge Township. I want to thank him for his leadership. I also want to recognize my friend here, Eric Ransom, who goes so far above and beyond the call of duty in his job as a police detective. He runs the Junior Police Academy every year. He gets involved. He's involved with the Young Marine group here. He is a great leader, and I have so many parents have told me over the years that this man has changed the lives of their kids, and he gets these kids in middle school. That's where we know they can go one way or the other way. And he gets them all, and he goes above and beyond. He's not just the academy, not just the Young Marines, but in his role as a police officer. He can identify kids that might need the help, and he just does such a terrific job. Gary White's a man I've known for a long time. Last year, about this time, we were starting to put together a Human Rights Commission. We hadn't even thought about who I would ask to serve on it yet, and I saw Gary over at an Oaks Flag Day ceremony. And as soon as I turned and looked and said hello to Gary White, I knew he was the perfect person to join that group, and he's been a fantastic leader for the last year on that commission. Further behind me here, John Eberhard. All I know is when I first became the mayor in November of 2006, one of the first things we did was to ask John to revitalize the Veterans Alliance. We have 6 VFWs, 3 American Legions, and of course the Marine Corps League, the Reinhardt Detachment, 10 great veterans organizations. And I asked John to revitalize that alliance, and we started the Veterans Parade again, and he has just done an amazing job with people in Woodbridge Township with veterans. So I want to thank everybody behind me for what they've done today and what they have done forever for Woodbridge Township. And now I'd like to read a biography for Eugene James Bernhardt from Jersey City, enlisted in the U.S. Navy for 4 years and entered basic training on November 18, 1968 at Great Lakes, Illinois. Gene Bernhardt's first duty station was the USS Sierra AD-18, home ported in Norfolk, Virginia. He spent 3 months working on the mess deck, then a short time in the deck department. The Navy asked Gene if he'd had interest in transferring to the dental division to be a dental technician striker. That's a title I've never heard before. It sounds bad. I guess instead of guns on you carry drills, right? You just carry a drill and take it out and hit somebody in the tooth if you have to. In February 1970, Gene Bernhardt was transferred to San Diego for DTA school. Next, he was assigned to the dental maxillofacial surgery department at the Naval Hospital in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, whose mission was reconstructive surgery for combat facial wounds, general dental surgery, and dependent care. Dental Technician Petty Officer 3rd Class Gene Bernhardt received the following medals and commendations: National Defense Service Medal, Meritorious Unit Commendation, and Navy Good Conduct Medal. Dental Technician Petty Officer 3rd Class Gene Bernhardt received an honorable discharge in November 1972. He worked 31 years with Verizon, retiring in 2003. Gene has been an outstanding member of the American Legion Post 471 in Islam for 38 years. He has served in leadership positions as a member of the Executive Board since 2004. Gene was commander for 3 years from 2015 to 18. Gene set up and ran off-premises 50/50s for 7 years, raising much-needed funds for youth programs benefiting the Young Marines, Junior ROTC at Woodbridge High School, Cub Scout Pack 148, and Sea Cadets. Gene and the American Legion Post have provided funds for 2 service dogs through Rebuilding Warriors, Wreaths Across America, Children Organ Transplant Association, and of course the Veterans Home at Menlo Park. Gene and the American Legion have been supporting We Feed Woodbridge, and they have made donations to the Woodbridge PBA for bulletproof vests. Gene Bernhardt is a life member of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 233, Central New Jersey. Gene's noble character is equally matched by his hard work and humility. Gene has set continuous examples for veterans and citizens of New Jersey to magnanimously serve our community. And I've known Gene for a long time. He's a Menlo Park Terrace veteran, as I am, not veteran, bed choice, a resident, native, I should say. And he has just done an amazing job in this town and Post 471, T. Nolte Post in Island. An amazing young man, and he deserves this honor. Thank you very much.
I like that young man.
Want to say a few words?
Sure. I thank you, John, Senator, Assembly Speaker. This is the man behind me who needs to be recognized, Mr. John Eberhard. He is the volunteer's volunteer, and I get him to do an awful lot of stuff. The only thing I want to say is, young veterans in Woodbridge Township, please join a veterans organization.
We have such a very difficult time getting young veterans to join. Every name on the roster of a veterans organization carries a lot of weight down in Washington, D.C. when organizations like the American Legion and the VFW and all of the veterans organizations go lobbying for veterans' benefits and rights. So please, if you're a veteran, join a veterans organization. That's all I have to say, and thank you very much for this honor.
So Marines, soldiers, sailors, thank you, all recipients, every veteran out there, thank you for your service. A special thank you to Senator Vitale, Assembly Speaker Coughlin, and Mayor McCormick. Again, this is a team that really cares about veterans and is huge supporter for veterans. Special thanks for Gary White, Commandant of the Marine Corps League. He is also our Marine Corps liaison with the Young Marines. Eric Ransom, Executive Officer and drill instructor. And I will tell you that when he starts his drill instructing, I leave the room. He scares me. But he's an excellent drill instructor. The Young Marines love him. Young Marines, present colors. When colors are presented, we'll have Young Marine Alex Ingroff play taps. Young Marines retire colors. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Enjoy your Memorial Weekend as it comes up, and please just take a few moments on Memorial Day to just think about all the men, women, the sailors, Marines, soldiers, and coasties that are no longer with us. Thank you.